Today I'll be giving you guys the best class setups, the best attachments to run on your sniper, and what to use if you want to get better at sniping. I'm also going to be showing you guys how to snipe and how you can snipe in Modern Warfare 3 to get better. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about is centering. Centering is really important in Call of Duty if you don't know already. Basically what centering is you want to be able to strafe left and right and hit your opponents. So when you're sniping, you don't really want to have crazy like right stick movement. As you can see, it's not really like applicable to when you want to snipe. So the best thing you do to center is to just get used to moving left and right. So for example, this X over here is what I'm going to aim at when I hit. If I'm standing like over here, instead of moving my right stick, I like to move my left stick, move towards it, as well as my right stick. So make that micro adjustment, and as you can see, my centering is a lot better. So when I ADS, boom. And also that center dot in the middle is where, so if my center dot is on the X, in the middle of that X, and I ADS right now and shoot, it's gonna hit the middle of that X right there. So centering is really important. I would say in terms of sniping, you don't really need to like move your right stick or drag scope. Drag scopes are really if you need to make micro adjustments. Let's say if your centering is a bit off and you can drag a bit, but that's usually what centering is for. Also, that center dot that's right here, if you ADS into it, your shot will just hit. So if there's a guy right here, let's say this tree is a guy, and I'm ADSing, all I have to do is just center, ADS, and shoot, and I'll hit him. So once you center your shots in ADS, you don't really need to do much else other than shoot. And I'll show you really quickly a couple of clips right here of me like going for snipes and centering my shots. But I am kind of lagging, so like right here, or right there, center the center dot. Got a hit marker. I'm lagging though a little bit. So you can see my center dot was on that guy, and basically it was just easy. All I had to do was ADS in and just shoot, and that makes quickscoping a lot easier. And if you want to get better at centering, I would just recommend going to just matches and just practice sniping, practice moving left to right, practice adjusting your right stick or your mouse if you're on keyboard or mouse. So you can see I centered right there, didn't have to do much. Now I'm going to be talking about the movement in Modern Warfare 2 and the best movement that you should use. So as you guys know, movement was buffed this year. We have slide canceling app, we have slide canceling back, we have better movement, better ADS speeds, but it's nothing too crazy in terms of like how it was before. ADSing is a lot faster in this game, just the normal ADS as you can see here. Jump ADSing you can still do, but it's still not as fast. I don't think they changed it that much in terms of jump ADS, or at least for snipers. I know for like the 1 milliwatt optics they did change that and they made it better, but as you can see right here, like the jump ADS is still slow. So the movement that you want to have in terms of sniping should look something like this. You don't want to move like too much. I like to like snipe kind of like classic Call of Duty in a sense that like you don't need to move too much, but it should look something like this if there's people that spawn here. But basically what you're gonna do is I like to just move around. You can use slide canceling to your advantage, but the sprint to fire time is a lot faster. So I'd recommend in terms of movement, running and just ADSing would be better because the sprint to fire time is pretty fast. The jump ADS obviously isn't anything too crazy, so I would recommend not doing that unless you have to. But other than that, that's all I have for movement. Nothing too crazy. You can obviously experiment with the movement, but in terms of what I like to do in terms of sniping, I like to move around. You can come out of a slide cancel and ADS pretty fast as well. So like I'll show you here if I don't die to this guy. So you can use slide canceling like that and it can help you out. One thing I'm going to talk about is map awareness now, as well as like setting up where you should be in the map and how you should just overall play. So another thing that Call of Duty added this year is red dots on the map. So looking at your radar is going to be extremely useful. this Call of Duty. And as you can see, I'm basically just sitting up in the middle and looking around. And if you look at my minimap on the top left, basically the dead spaces are where people are gonna spawn. You want to practice just looking at the dead spaces and position yourself to be able to actually kill people. So right now, this is the dead space. This is where my teammates are not. So this is where most likely the guys are gonna spawn. And over here. Now they're spawning here. Oh, that was like a split quad. Basically, since I know the spawns, I'm just moving back and forth. And this is obviously a smaller map, but I'm spawn trapping them. So now they're gonna spawn over here because there's dead space here. My teammates are not there. Now they're gonna spawn here because there's dead space here. But basically, look at your minimap. Your minimap is gonna be really useful on this map, especially if you want to be able to be good at sniping. Learn positioning. They're gonna spawn here now because there's dead space there. My teammates are not there. As you can see, they're over here. How they're gonna spawn in this back right corner because there's nobody there, or back here because there's nobody there. But yeah, map awareness is really key. As you can see, I kind of spawn trapped them there too, and the game's already over. But getting better at sniping is learning the maps is important, but more importantly, learning positioning. So look at your mini map, position yourself correctly, and you can get a lot of kills, a lot of good clips. As you can see, I was just camping in the middle of that map, and basically what it allowed me to do is just rotate around and look at each spawn. And because my teammates weren't in a specific corner of the map, I knew, okay, that's where they're probably going to spawn, so I should aim there. Now I'm going to move on into my class setups for Modern Warfare 3. This is obviously for the Modern Warfare 3 beta, but if there are any better class setups that come in the future when the game actually comes out, I will release those as well. So there's only 2 snipers in the game so far, and they're not bolt action snipers. They're only like automatic snipers, but they're still really fun to use. So right here, I have the longbow on. This is what I like to use to quick scope. It does have decent range. If you hit above the waist, it usually is a one shot, but 4 to 5 times it'll one shot. But it is pretty inconsistent compared to the other sniper. But here's what I have on it. I have the Pro 99 long barrel, the SL Razorback laser sight, the RQ9 recon optic. You can use pretty much whatever optic you want. I noticed that the base optic does still have like fast ADS. I just like using this just because it's easier to hit clips. I'm using the stockless mod and the SAM quick bolt. So basically this is all just ADS attachments as well as the long barrel just for some range. Also for perks, perks are pretty important too. You can actually do a lot of things with your perks. I like running the infantry vest as well as quick gloves for fast hands. I like using the stalker boost just because it, at least for sniping, it increases your strafe speed and ADS movement. Lightweight also can be good if you want to use that to move around the map more, but for now I'm just using the stalker boots. I would usually switch between those two. Also, when Ninja comes out, I'd recommend using that too if you want, maybe for search. But my perks, I like just using EOD. There's not really anything else that I think is like really good. Maybe bone conduction, but until Ghost comes out, EOD is probably the best perk you can run. But that's pretty much it for that. For my second sniper, I haven't really leveled it up yet. I have used it and it is pretty fun to use. I have the Castovia JEK 40 barrel, the Razorhawk laser sight, the RQ9 recon optic, the Ivan Wood stock, and then the X10-12 hand stop. Those are the 5 attachments I have yet. This is not the fastest ADS, but until I level it up more, this is the fastest one that I have for now. But sniping with this sniper, I would say it's more consistent in terms of damage, but the ADS is just slower. Nonetheless, they're both really good snipers to use, and I would recommend using both. Also for perks, I'm running pretty much the same thing. On this class, I have lightweight instead of the stalker boost, but I would say if you want to just, be better at ADS, I would say use the stalker boost. They really do help. And that's pretty much it for my classes. There are 2 marksman rifles, but they're not really like snipers, kind of like the SAB or the SPR. They're more so like traditional marksman rifles, like the EBR and whatnot, and the SKS. So think these two are the only two snipers that you can use. If you want to copy my attachments, you can go ahead. Now I'm going to be showing you guys my settings and what I use. Basically for my button layout, I play on default, but I do have paddles, and I have my back to paddles mapped to slide and jump. I do play on flipped. I recently just switched just because it's faster in terms of ADSing using L1, R1, or RB and LB. But if you like using R2, L2, go ahead, use it. In terms of aiming, I play on 8/8 sensitivity. Sometimes I'll switch it up to 10/10 just because if I want to, have faster gameplay. But around 10 to 8 is usually where I play. In terms of sniping, I would say work your way up to have higher sensitivity. It can help and it can save you with sniping and quick scoping. Just look at someone like Bams. I'm pretty sure he plays on 20/20 sensitivity, which is absolutely crazy. But I like to play on 8 to 10. That's just where I'm comfortable with in terms of being consistent with red guns as well as sniping. I have my aim assist type set to Black Ops. It's just the traditional one. You can switch between default. I haven't really used the other two, but I like using Black Ops. For movement behaviors, I have automatic tack sprint on. I don't like to click my stick down in order to sprint, so I just keep that on. Round and mantle keep on. Invert slide behavior, you keep this on standard just because slide canceling back. In the old Call of Duty, or not old Call of Duty, in Modern Warfare 2 last year, I kept it on inverted just because sliding was useless in that game. But in this game, it's actually useful, so I'd keep this at standard. That's pretty much it in terms of my settings. I'm going to just show them all real quick if you want to copy them. That's how you can get better at sniping, how to snipe in Modern Warfare 3. This game has a lot better movement, so sniping is going to be definitely better. And I already feel like it's better than it was in Modern Warfare 2, just because there's a lot of things in terms of ADS when it came to sniping in that game that just made it worse. Like the ADS for snipers were just super slow for most snipers. Even if you had the right attachments and tuned them, they were all a lot slower than they should have been. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that sub button. We're so close to 700 subscribers and I really want to hit it. So if you haven't hit that button, hit it. It's free and you can always unsub later. But anyways, with that being said, thanks for watching the video and I hope you enjoy.